Up next, an invention fair lets Broken Arrow students exercise their creativity. Shawnee Mission West students travel across the pond to strike up the band. Technology in the classroom helps students watch history unfold. And the Shadow finds that being an elementary school custodian is about a lot more than cleaning up. It's all straight ahead on this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Welcome to Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. I'm your host, Leanne Neal. Enhanced Learning students at Broken Arrow recently had a chance to get their creative juices flowing, and you won't believe some of the inventive ideas they came up with.
I was walking in the rain one day, and I thought that it would be nice to have my backpack that could support an umbrella so I could walk through the rain without having to hold on to my umbrella.
I invented this, and what it does is it'll just smush your hair down a bit, but it will not make it all tangled up.
After studying the inventive process, each student came up with an idea and took it from concept to research and development to prototype.
There's space here for notebooks and spirals, and then also there's pockets if you want to keep your money safe. And then for your spirals, because I know usually sometimes teachers make you have a whole bunch of spirals, so you can clip this on to label them, so you can quickly pull them out when you're switching from class to class.
I think the main thing they take away is that learning should be productive, that not only should we do the research, but we should be able to create and invent and innovate.
And the work doesn't end with the invention.
When we did the advertisement, I think that was the best part because we had to come up with a little saying. We had to come up with the price. I think it was really fun.
For many of the students, necessity really was the mother of invention, like Anthony D'Amato's combination sports shirt and gloves that he calls the Glovey.
My first purpose for this was for goalies, because my friend Adam is a goalie and he's on my soccer team. And so I was just thinking, and it just came to me like that.
This is my invention, the cat bag. The idea for my invention came to me when I was continually picking up pieces of cat food off of the counter. What it is a cat food bowl that has a lip that goes inside and outside of the bowl to keep the food from escaping.
A lot of them are really creative and well thought out, and a couple of them I'd like to buy. For example, the pumpkin protector. I have several pumpkins succumb to squirrels every Halloween.
It's really annoying when I have to get out the vacuum and I can't listen to my music. So what it is a shoe with a sticky pad on the bottom that you can just clip on like so. And I can dance to my music, and I can dust my room, and I can clean my floor all at the same time without having a vacuum in my ear the entire time.
If vacuuming isn't an issue, here's another inventive idea for your footwear.
Hi, my name is Riley Robert. I invented the Soul Safe. What it is a hole in the bottom of your shoe that you can keep emergency money or just money when you don't want to carry around a wallet or a purse.
Hopefully these kids will have a spark, and some of them may go on to be engineers and inventors and certainly do something creative in their line of work. So that's what we hope they get out of it.
From creativity to world travel. Musicians in Shawnee Mission West's Pride Band recently returned from London, where they had an opportunity to march in a parade seen around the world. We'll hear about the trip when Spotlight on Shawnee Mission returns.
Hi, my name is Sarah Bradshaw, and I'm a 5th grader at Belinda Elementary School. I read a book recently called Wings by William Loiseau. It's about a 12-year-old boy named Nick who was riding his bike in a field one day and came across what looked like an injured bird. He scooped it up in his hand and took it home and tried unsuccessfully to take care of it. Finally, one day, it ruffled its feathers and began to eat every single worm. Nick saw her true personality. He grew a deep love for her. until one day he found out that he had to go on vacation with his mom for a week over 2,000 miles away. Was Marcy there when he returned? You'll have to read the book to find out. I give this book 4 stars. It's a great mix of love and loneliness.
Although the song may be "Going to Kansas City," these musicians have a much different destination in mind.
Mark type, hut!
Shawnee Mission West's Pride Band spent the fall semester tuning up for a performance overseas and the chance to appear on international television. More than 100 Shawnee Mission West students traveled to London to march in the New Year's Day Parade.
This will be the 6th appearance that the West Band has had in the London New Year's Day Parade, more than any other group in the world, actually. It's really exciting.
Before heading across the pond, students braved some downright cold conditions in their final warm-ups here at home.
It was really, really cold, and I hope it's warmer in London, but I don't think we're going to be lucky like that.
However, the chilly Kansas conditions couldn't dampen the musicians' enthusiasm.
I don't know, I'm just really excited because I've never been out of the country before.
I've been looking forward to it since my brother went in 2003, so it's always been something I've been planning for and waiting for.
In addition to marching in the parade, band director Bill Thomas says the trip was planned with plenty of time for sightseeing.
They've been researching online now for months, seeing what they want to see, and Overland Express, the jazz band, is going to be playing for an international reception. It's a fabulous trip.
We're seeing a lot of sights. We're seeing Buckingham Palace, we're going to the aquarium, we're seeing Tower of London, Big Ben, all those, so it'll be a lot of fun.
But as best laid plans often go, some of these Shawnee Mission West Vikings ended up on an expedition they didn't expect.
Okay, so we get to the KCI airport. We found out that we have no flight out of KCI and we're taking a bus down to Dallas. So 10-hour bus ride to Dallas, 8-hour plane ride from Dallas. We get in London 2 days later than we expected.
Once everyone made it to London, the parade performance went off without a hitch. About 500,000 spectators lined the streets of London for the parade. Millions more around the world watched the broadcast on television.
But it was a fun parade and there were lots of people watching us. It was pretty cool. It's probably the best parade we've been in.
Incredible to see people stacked up on the streets, 7, 8, 9 people deep, and everybody was smiling. They were happy, yelling Happy New Year, and every time I'd see somebody smile at us, I'd yell out at them Happy New Year and wave, and the whole crowd would respond. I heard several people yelling, "Go Jayhawks!" and I don't think they were from Kansas. They understand a little bit about Kansas, and they were trying to be friendly and warm and welcome to us. It was an amazing, amazing event.
The parade route passed some of London's most famous landmarks, including Parliament, Westminster Abbey, and number 10 Downing Street. In November, Shawnee Mission students' mock election named Barack Obama as the next president. Up next, we watch as they witness history in the making.
Hi, I'm Bianca with Kids Science News Network. Have you ever wondered how the space shuttle blasts off? Put on your rollerblades and grab a ball. Stand still and throw the ball to a friend. The ball is like the gas it shoots downward, and your movement is similar to what happens to the shuttle. Newton discovered this law of motion. Sometimes it's described as an action having an equal and opposite reaction. To find out more, visit our website. Until next time, I'm Bianca with Kids Science News Network.
Welcome back. The inauguration of President Barack Obama was a historic event. So at Mission Valley Middle School, classes were rearranged to allow students to watch the live broadcast, then discuss it in their social studies classes.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
I hope that you guys remember today actually watching this in class and you feel like you have been a part of history. The first African-American president is now in office. It is official.
The social studies lesson in Jocelyn Stidham's class is a bit different today. Instead of learning about a piece of past history, students are watching history happen.
We gather because we have chosen hope over fear, unity of purpose over conflict and discord.
Remember, you do have an assignment in front of you. Make sure that you have at least marked down some things about those keywords and phrases. I know it's kind of difficult as you go. I had a massive amount of notes, so please make sure you have something down. We'll talk about it and give you some ideas. Make sure you also have a mentioning of some possible solutions.
While 8th grade students compared and contrasted President Obama's inaugural address to that of President Roosevelt, 7th graders used curriculum from the National Constitution Center to analyze the speech. So what messages from President Obama made an impression on these students of history?
I think that most of what he said was on service and how we need to act and be prepared to do stuff for our country to make it right again.
I think he had some really good points in his speech talking about how we had enslaved African Americans, and then several 150 years later we had made one of them president. I think that's amazing.
He said, "We're willing to lend you a hand if you will unclench your fist," and that really hit me hard, because that shows that all we need to do is work together and we can accomplish things.
Just like those who packed the Washington Mall on a cold January day to witness history, for students at Mission Valley, the opportunity to watch the inauguration live made an impact.
I saw history because we have the first African American president, and I thought it was really cool because even 30 years ago that no one ever thought this could ever happen.
At Antioch Middle School, some students took advantage of a unique opportunity. The Kansas City Star put out a call for students to write letters to President Obama. 70 students submitted letters, which were published in the paper or online. Here's a sample of what some Shawnee Mission students wrote.
Dear President Obama, I am a student at Antioch Middle School, and I'm writing to you from my 8th grade advanced English class. First off, I would like to tell you that you were not my choice elect in the 2008-2009 election. I am a supporter of John McCain, but I have nothing but respect for you. Our beliefs may be different, but the country we live in is not. We are one nation under God, which means we all have to work together and have to cooperate. Good luck in your year serving as President of the United States. I'm sure you will do a fine job. You are in my thoughts and in my prayers. Sincerely, Kristen Wright.
Dear President Obama, I would first like to congratulate you on winning the 2008 presidential election and wish you luck in the following 4 years of your office. You have made many promises to the American people, and we expect them to be filled. You are in the nation's spotlight, and you are expected to perform. The world's eyes are watching, waiting. You have stepped into the office at one of the most crucial moments, and you are expected to pull us out, our soldiers, our healthcare, our finances. You have stepped into the office at a most crucial moment indeed, and either you sink or you swim. I wish you luck in the following 4 years of your office, and I hope that you swim. Sincerely, Garrett Young.
Dear Mr. President, congratulations on defeating your opponent in the election of 2008. You truly made history by becoming the first African American president. I am positive you can fulfill the role as president and live up to our expectations. You are facing many difficulties in our nation, and I really hope you can better the lives of many people. The issues I'm strongly concerned about are immigration and the economy. As president, I hope you are able to make an immigration plan that makes both sides of the issue satisfied. The plan should give amnesty to some illegal immigrants and let them work, but should also secure the border. As for the economy, I hope your plan consists of a way to help Americans in foreclosure and makes more jobs for Americans. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Cassandra Vallis.
Several students from Mission Valley also submitted letters, which were published in the Star and on its website. From facility management to lunchroom duty to caring for students, it seems that a custodian's job is never done. Up next, the shadow cleans up at Trailwood Elementary.
Hi, my name is Jillian O'Brien. I'm a 6th grader at Trailwood Elementary. The book I read was One-Handed Catch by M.J. Osh. World War I has just ended and everyone is getting back to normal, except for Norman. He loses his hand in his father's butcher shop. Now with only one hand, he has to learn to do things like sharpening pencils and tying his shoes. He will have to work 10 times harder to fulfill his dreams of playing Major League Baseball and drawing cars. Will he fulfill his dreams? Read this book to find out. I give this 5 stars because it is fun to read about how he learns to do things with one hand. I think you will also like this book even if you do not like sports.
Welcome back. Although they may not be classroom educators, schools would have a tough time functioning without an important group of people who make sure the facilities are ready for students to learn. The Shadow caught up with one of these folks at Trailwood Elementary, Jeff Gillenwater, or as the students call him, Mr. G. We started with a quick tour of the building and overview of a head custodian's job.
There's always something that needs to be done. A room's too hot, a room's too cold, there's a mess that needs to be cleaned up, we need toilet paper in the bathroom, paper towels in the bathroom. There's always something that needs to be done. Big or small, it just depends.
What would you say is the greatest challenge of your job?
My biggest responsibility is to make sure that, honestly, the entire staff here, whatever their needs are, is taken care of. Big or small, it doesn't really matter. As long as my teachers are happy, my principal is happy. We've had a pencil sharpener crisis here in the building in the last week and a half, and we've replaced 3 of them. But it was really important because they had all broke, and it was something that they really wanted taken care of. And while it may be small, it was important because the kids need it.
Next, it was time to get down to business on some dirty air filters.
As head custodian, you've got to know a little bit of everything. I don't have to be the master of any of them. I just have to know a little bit about all of them. Because sometimes things are broken, I've got to fix them.
So you're kind of the initial troubleshooter, but then we have a whole, fortunately, a whole department of folks that have specific areas of expertise that can come if you can't fix it. And we're not going to be able to show this because then my husband's going to think I can like replace these at home.
This is good.
Okay.
2 more.
2 more, and we're done.
Now I have to do this again in 30 days. Can you come back?
I'm not sure if I'm helping you speed it up or not.
Absolutely.
With the air filters done for this month, it was time to set up for lunch.
Do we get to set up the
tables
with the little stools?
We do.
Excellent.
We do.
Glad to see some things never change.
You're watching though, because you're going to do it, aren't you?
I'm going to try.
So we've got 15 tables, 3 rows of 5 tables per row, and there we go. Nice job.
Got to be a smaller kiddo back there. What's on the menu today?
Chicken sandwich, deli sandwiches, peas, cucumbers, and tomatoes, peaches, cookie, and milk.
Any item, the peas? Is that
Peas
our
are
item
good.
to watch out for?
Yeah, they'll get smashed a little bit on the floor. They roll around a lot. It's okay.
Okay, so what will my job be during lunch?
Well, you can help scrape trays. Kindergarten through 3rd grade, I scrape trays. I walk around, kindergarten specifically, I will walk around, try and always be very positive with them, tell them they're doing a great job, or if somebody's standing, try and get them to sit down, try and get them to focus on lunch because they like to talk. And so get them to focus on lunch, and then once their trays are pretty well, once they've eaten or started slowing down, then we just make sure they stay under control.
And with that, lunchtime was upon us.
Oh, I like that. Did everybody get a sticker? Yeah. Way cool. What's this? Is this? Okay. All right, well, you guys are doing good. We've got about 4 minutes, so you guys have a good lunch. Finish eating.
While Jeff worked the lunch crowd, I discovered he has another special talent.
I lost my sweater for like 2 months, and then it was all the way over there, and I lost it, and Mr. Gillenwater found it. He gave it back to me in my classroom.
He's real nice, and he found my gloves on one side of the gym and in the other side of the gym.
So I lost my mittens for a long time. I don't know how long. But then Mr. Gillenwater found them and brought them into my class to give them to me.
I also discovered that finding lost items is just one of many reasons Trailwood students appreciate Mr. G.
He lets us be a volunteer to help put on the napkins on the table. If you do something really Good. He would give us ice cream on a Friday, the next Friday that there is. He's a really special man.
Before too long, it was time for cleanup duty.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Spencer.
Okay, I'm coming down to learn, so I'll be ready to go here.
So you'll be a veteran.
That's right.
Now, a lot of this will just shake off. Whoop, you get it? Thank you.
I was ready to solo in no time.
Thanks.
Hang on. We
Nice
got
job.
Lots of things on that tray. Thank you, sir.
Hey, bud. Nice job, thanks. It's been a significant improvement with the kids taking pride in their own school and the way it looks. So when we have guests, it looks good. Thank you.
Thanks to Mr. G and the students and staff for making our visit to Trailwood a lot of fun. That's all the time we have for this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Join us again as we continue to feature the programs and people of Shawnee Mission who are helping guide students to success. Thank you for watching.